Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel, and well, let's see about us. I turned the lights back on, so now I have to adjust the cameras, otherwise everything will be out of whack. There we go. Alright, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be playing the Dresden Files cooperative card game. This is not the first time we played this. In fact, the first time we played this, we lost. So we're going to be replaying that mission. We might play it again if we lose again. But I ended up buying the base game a couple years ago and finally got around to playing it. Then I really liked it, so I went out and bought, there was like a package deal that somebody was getting rid of with the base file with a couple of the expansions and this, that, and the other things. So I ended up buying that as well. So I have like, I don't know, a bunch. I got like a bunch of all of the different, so there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 8 different books to play through, maybe more, I don't know. Anyways, so hopefully if we can win a book, we can move on to the next book sometime. So that'd be good. But I remember losing last time. Here's the general setup, but we are not going to be using the overhead camera. We're going to be using the side camera because glare is going to be an issue, and I just think it'd be easier for you guys to see. And, I mean, technically maybe it would be better to use the overhead camera. I don't know. We'll try the overhead and see how it goes. Overhead camera usually works best, but I thought with the glare... But now I got a glare right down here, which is going to be a problem. Let's see if I can... I can't even adjust that. Okay, well... Alright, well. We'll try this. So we're going to be playing Stormfront. Showdown in the Burning House. It is obviously book 1 from his series, and I've actually read or listened to on tape like 4 or 5 books on his thing. So, and I really like the series, so I need to like pay attention more and know what's going on. Let's move this up here. So we're playing with, when you play solo, you're playing with 3 characters. We're going to be playing with Harry Dresden. You always have to play with Harry. So Harry Dresden, we're going to be playing with Karrin Murphy, the cop, and Michael Carpenter, his friend. These are their, think of them as their character cards. This is their draw deck. This is not a deck building game. It's not a deck, basically... The cards that are in play are all the cards we're going to get to play with. There will be a few things that maybe cards of or effects will allow us to draw more cards, but hopefully we'll be able to get them. This up here, these top 2 rows, you're supposed to have that on this huge board for some reason. And you can see how much room this takes up just to put 2 rows on here. And it's like, no, I don't have the room to put this board out there just to put out 2 rows of things. As you can see, it takes up way too much way too much space. So we're not going to use in the board, that's for sure. So this is basically, this is the book, the Stormfront. And there are foes, which are in red, which are going to have to take hits to knock them out. There are investigations that we need to go on and put clues onto so that we can solve those investigations. And then there are obstacles which will get in our, these are the obstacles here that'll get in our way and cause us to have issues. And then there will be advantages that we might be able to get to do certain things. We are always basically, if I had the player board out, you would see, but this is where you would place the card that you're doing, right? So in this case, she can do it up to a range of 3. 1, 2, 3, so she could attack this guy at a range of 2. So you always have to keep range. Is basically an abstract thing in this game, but it is doable. A lot of these cards will interact with one another as well. So you can see that the Marcone's goons, if we defeat these guys, we remove 2 clues from is Marcone involved. So you don't want to put certain things on certain things until you can get it. You can see that... let's see here. You cannot, until this is solved, you cannot hit the toad. So who is the Shadow Man? We have to figure out who the Shadow Man is before we can hit the toad, before the toad will show up. And so it's basically about using the cards that you have in play and using your fate. These are fates. We start with, depending on how difficult or easy you want to make the game. We are starting on easy level. So you start with 13 fate. And as you use cards, you will use up the fates. And then you will have to use some of your cards to earn fate back. And so some of these cards that you see in front of us won't even be able to be used because we're going to be using those to get fate cards back. So this is kind of a puzzling game where you're trying to figure out how to use the cards that you have access to defeat all of the enemies. The way you win is you have to have more investigations solved than there are enemies left on the board. So you can see there's 4 enemies. If we were to solve all 4 of these, we can have 3 enemies or 2 enemies or 1 enemy, and we would win the game. But we have Morgan is watching. Until this obstacle is overcome, all attacks are going to cost us an extra fate. So we have to try and get rid of this obstacle. Otherwise, it's going to cost us extra fates to do an attacks. And then we also have this one here, which is until this obstacle is overcome, all dice, and there are a boatload of dice over here, and it doesn't matter what color they are, just if you're playing with 2 people, one guy gets the black dice, or the blue dice, and one guy gets the orange dice. They're same thing. You have 2 pluses on a dice, you have 2 minuses on a dice, and then you have 2 blanks on the dice. So they're equal value in pluses and minuses, and you're going to be rolling those to get outcomes on different things. So this says until an obstacle is overcome, whenever we roll a dice, 1 blank becomes a minus. Which could be a good thing, but it could be a bad thing too, because sometimes you want it to cost less fate numbers. Like if I was to do this Fuego attack, it does 4 hits, and then I roll 1 dice, and it may add more hits, or it may, if I had a plus, it would add more hits, and if I had a negative, it would give me more, less damage. But then there's other times where, let's see here, something happens and it costs us a certain amount of fate points, like this one here. It's going to cost us 2 fate points, plus or minus a die. So obviously minus means it's going to cost us less fate points. So that would be pretty good, actually, if we were to use this. 2 hits. All right, so each of our characters has their own special abilities and powers. We should probably cover these. So Harry Dresden, when you discard for fate points, so when he discards a card for fate points, he can move 1 obstacle closer or farther away by 1 space, which is very important. And then his blasting rod, as your turn, flip this card over and add 4 hits to any foe that would be defeated by 1 to 4 hits. So he can use this to defeat somebody. It's a one-time use shot power. Then we start off with Karrin Murphy. Come here, Karrin. There you go. As your turn, you can flip this card over to collect 1 fate point for each foe that has a hit on it and each case that has a clue on it. So there will be damage tokens and clue tokens that we're going to be putting out. She will receive 1 fate point for every one that has a clue token or a damage token on it. So we want to kind of damage a lot of people before she does this. That would be good. And then she has the SI Detective. When you discard for fate points, add 1 clue to the case at the longest range. So she automatically gets to add a clue whenever she discards for fate points. All the characters will be discarding for fate points. So, and then last but not least, we have the Holy Knight of the Cross, Michael Carpenter. His talent starts unready. When you discard for fate, flip this card over to ready your talent. So he starts on this side as opposed to the other characters. When he discards for fate, he will then energize himself. When he's energized and ready to go, you can flip this card over to give any card in play +2 to its range. So if the range is normally 1, he would give it +2, making it 3 range. And then this just says that this card starts face down. He also has the Amaracris. As your turn, flip this card over to add 3 hits to any 1 legal foe that has no hits on it. Then move that card to the farthest range in its row. So those are the special abilities that we have. These are the cards. These are Harry's cards. These are Karrin's cards. And these are Michael's cards. Okay, that should explain everything we need to talk about. Let's get to it and see if we can figure out what we need to do. So starting with Harry, right now we've got 13. We don't need to discard for fate points. But once we used up all of our fates, we're going to have to start, we don't have any available. We're going to have to start discarding cards and using that for fate points. So, what can we do for fate points? You might want to know. That's a great question. Well, we have the Blue Beetle, and this is super, super, super powerful. It costs 3 fate points. It's the Blue Beetle, and if you know anything about the Harry Potter, I'm going to call it Harry Potter, but it's not Harry Potter. The Harry Dresden books. The Blue Beetle features in all of the books that at least that I've read, in that he uses it to get around town, and it's always breaking down and everything. And this will allow us at a range of 3 ±2 dice to overcome an obstacle. Well, we got 2 obstacles out there. So we are going to use the Blue Beetle to try and overcome one of those obstacles. I'd like to get rid of this one. But you can see it starts off at a range of 3. Now one of the dice, we're going to... Well, we're gonna see what happens. So let's hope we won't roll really crappy on this one. If we roll really crappy, we could end up screwing ourselves, but we shall see. But it allows us to overcome an obstacle. Okay. So Harry trying to use the Blue Beetle to overcome an obstacle here in Stormfront. Very thematic, right? It costs us 3 fate. 1, 2, 3. So we'll just put these right over there. These are available. These are not available. Okay. All right. So it's range of 3 ±2 dice. So we do not want to roll minus, because if we roll minus, our range goes from 3 down to 2 down to 1, and he doesn't have anything in a range of 1, which means we'll just waste this power for nothing. This is the worst case scenario. This is the worst case scenario because this fate says Until this obstacle is overcome, 1 blank becomes a minus on each die that is rolled. On all die rolls. That's what I meant to say. So a blank becomes a minus on all die rolls. So literally, we have a range of 3 minus 2 is 1, and we cannot defeat anything in range 1. Again, if we were to put it here, range 1 would be just this row. So this has extremely screwed us. Extremely bad. And it's almost to the point where it's so bad we might want to restart, because that is going to be devastating for us. Absolutely devastating. Let's just say if I rolled it again, right? Let's just give an example. Let's see if I can I. Okay, so this wouldn't come into play because there's no blanks, and we would have a plus and a minus, which means +1, -1, they cancel out, so our range would have been 3, which means we could have got rid of this. So you know what? I'm going to retcon. Let's just assume we restarted everything, we reshuffled everything, we put everything out, and we started again, and I chose this card the second time. So we will assume we lost the first game. So, but I'm going to defeat this obstacle. Overcome an obstacle. Overcome your obstacle. Yay. So this will no longer cost us 1 extra fate to attack. So that's good. Okay. So that has been taken care of. His card will go away. All the other cards slide to the left. Everything's going to slide to the left because... All right. And Harry is done. So it is on to Karrin Murphy. Now we still got plenty. We got plenty of fate, but that'll run out really quickly. But now we can attack enemies and not have to worry about getting rid of this obstacle would be nice. But she only has a range of 1, so this is a range of 2. 1, 2. So she can't reach that with her badge. He can do that, though. He can get rid of it. He can get rid of it. So as long as she plays a card that isn't adjusted by dice, she should be fine. Draws a card and immediately takes another turn. Well, so I think we are going to, So the closest investigation is 3 steps away, which is pretty bad. So we're going to... range of 3, 2 clues. Yeah, and you can see some of these cards have got letters that kind of work. So A and A work together, B and B work together, and C and C work together. So I think she's going to play in the know. So this is an investigation. It's going to cost us 3 fate plus 2 fate, plus or minus 2. So we're going to actually use this to our advantage And we're going to use this. Hopefully roll a blank and a blank. Well, 2 blanks would be perfect. There you go, 2 blanks. So 3, we have 2, but one of these is turned into a minus. So it's 3 minus 1 is 2. So it's only going to cost us 2 faint. It's going to put 2 clues on something within range 3. So she's going to put this on 2 clues at a range of 3, just like that. And then that is going to be her turn. And now it's to Michael. Now, I don't have to keep doing that with these cards, but... Okay. So I think I want him to overcome... So what I think I'm going to have him do maybe I should have had her use to take the advantage. But it's range of 2. Yeah, all right. So we're gonna have Michael Carpenter take advantage. It's gonna cost us 4 fate, unfortunately. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a lot of fate. And it's gonna be a range of 2 star. Take 1 advantage. Add 2 clues to any cases. And 2 hits to any foes adjacent to the target advantage. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one. Alright, and that is going to give us 2 hits on this guy here. Just like that. And that's the only thing that's adjacent to it. And active player draws a card, so he gets to draw another card. So that's pretty good. Oh, he just drew the same one he just got rid of. We're not going to need that. And then immediately takes another turn, and you may move Kazarak, which is the toad demon, to the farthest range, which we are going to move him to the farthest range because we can't attack him till we defeat this anyways. So it's going to be a little while before we can attack him. We might as well move him out of there. So that's this. Okay. And then he gets to immediately slide everything over and take another turn. Now, we're going to do the blessings. So again, 2 plus or minus a die. We don't want to see a plus. We just want a minus or a blank. A blank. And this is going to change it into a minus. So it's going to be 2 minus 1 is 1. So it's going to only cost us 1 fate. A range of 2. We can overcome 1 obstacle. So we're going to overcome this obstacle now. Because it's definitely going to be causing problems. And that is Michael's turn. This all rolls up. Now, you can see we only have 3 fate left. We're going to have to start getting fate. Now, Harry's got a special ability. Whenever he discards for fate, he can move a card, an advantage, or an obstacle 1 space forward in either row. So he's got some nice damage output and he's got some investigation. That's the only thing he can do other than his main attack. He can add 2 clues to all cases in one row. So that would be 2 on this, 2 on this, or 2 on this and 2 on this. He is not going to take this card. He's going to let her take that because she can take it with a range of 2 now. Call for backup. So he's kind of good at doing some damage. All right, he's gonna play his. Then she. It's gonna cost 2 plus. You know what? He should probably. He is going to use his Fuego power, which would do a lot of damage at a pretty good range. But I'm going to turn it in for 5 fate. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we get 5 fate back. And then Harry, when he discards for fate power, you may move an obstacle or advantage card forward or backward 1 space. There's only 1 card left that is like that. Moving it forward really doesn't matter because I think she's going to take it anyways. So I'm not going to have him do any of that. All right. And that is Harry's turn. He is done. And you can see he's got 4 cards left. He's already almost halfway done in this game. Because, you know, when you run out of cards, you run out of cards. Now, fortunately for us, Karrin is going to use her call for backup. Call for backup. It only costs us 1 fate. It's a range of 2. 1, 2, and we can take an advantage. So she's going to take the advantage of beers at max. Beer at max. All right. And when taken, the active player draws a card. So Karrin gets to draw a card. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And she can distribute 2 cards among all the other players. So she's going to distribute 1 to Harry. Harry will draw a card. And the second card draw, everyone has got 5 again. So I think she's going to give it to Harry as well. You know, maybe she'll give it to Michael instead. Yeah, she'll give it to Michael. Come on, Michael. Oh, my God. The wrong one. The wrong guards. That is terrible. All right, so that is beer at max. All right, it only costs us 1. So these slide up. All right. So it's all enemies and investigations that are left. And that was Karrin's turn. So it's on to his turn. He's going to discard for faith and that's going to earn his 2 fate back. So earning 2 fate back. Nice. And when he does that, he gets to flip over. When you discard for fate, flip this card over to your ready talent. So he's now ready to go. And then now he can, you may flip this card over to give the card you play plus 2 range. Okay. So like his Dragon Slayer can go from range 1 to range 3. All right, back to Harry. Now we would like Karrin's got a nice power to collect some nice fate points. If we had a lot of damage or investigation on, right now we have 1, 2. She would gain 2 fate points. If we get some more damage or some more clues out there, that would be pretty cool. And in fact, he can do that because he can put this It costs us 4 fate, which is a lot of fate, but she will get 4 fate back then on her turn. So it's technically going to cost us nothing. So we're going to do it. We're going to consult with Bob, and that is absolutely genius, the Bob. The talking skeleton head is just so funny. All right, so it's going to cost us 4 fate. 1, 2, 3, 4. But we get to put 2 clues on all cases in a row. And we might want to do the bottom row. Yep, 1, 2. Oh, no, wait, no, we want to do the top row, right? 1, 2. And, oops, 1, 2. All right, and that is Harry's go. And now it's Karrin, and as your turn, flip this card over to collect 1 fate point for each foe with hits and each case with clues on it. That'd be 4. So she's going to flip over to give us 4 fate points back. That's pretty decent, I think. So he can use this. As your turn, flip this card over to add 3 hits to any one legal foe that has no hits on it. Then move that card to the furthest range on its row. We can put 3 hits on the giant scorpion, but that would move it to the very end. Can't overcome an obstacle. We're going to have to keep our red attack ones because we're going to have to do the damage and the investigation to win this. The yellow ones are ways to overcome the obstacles, and the purple ones are ways to take care of the advantages. Well, we don't have any more yellows and we don't have any more purples. We do have greens and reds. So getting greens and reds is very, very important. So if we're going to discard yellows and purples, he's got the best one to discard because it's 4 fate. Who is the shadow? We have to solve this before that guy can take hits. All right. So he's going to discard this for 4. Discard for 4. Okay. Harry's turn. He can add 2 to him, 2 to him. We're not going to have enough attack to win this. There's no way. All right, we're gonna try. We'll see what happens. So Fuego, 4 fate. Infinite rage. Add 2 hits to all foes in 1 row. So 2 foes there, or 2 foes, 2 damage there, and 2 damage there. And all right, Karrin. So you got to get these cases solved. It's a range of 1, though. 3 clues. Yep, she's going to just discard this for one fate, because we can't use it, as I already said. Okay, and now it's Michael's turn. Michael is going to use Ambarakis. As your turn, flip this card over to add 3 hits to any one legal foe. That's going to be this guy here. And 3 hits is going to knock it out. So it's already has 4 plus 3 is 7. So that's going to knock this guy out. So we have a completed that. Alright, and now that is Amarakis is done. Okay, now these slide over. Now we can complete this a little easier maybe. Harry is going to use his private investigation again. It's going to cost us 3 fates. It's going to be, we have to roll. It's 3 plus or minus. Yep, 3. So it's up to a range of 3. And you can place 2 tokens. That's not going to be enough. Holy crap. Oh my god. If he adds 2 clues. Need her to get to solve the case. Let's think about this. How are we going to do this? Gosh darn it. Alright. He can't defeat anyone with this yet, so we're going to have to do some more damage. Hey, vey. Alright, so this is going to be extremely hard. So if we solve this case, the active player must discard an attack card. So Harry maybe wants to attack. Alright, it's going to cost us 2 plus or minus a die. We would like a minus. That's not a minus, but still, 2 is better than 3. So 2. And it does 2 hits and a range of 1. So it's just going to put 2 hits on the giant scorpion. And you can see how he's running out of cards very quickly. Her turn. It's going to cost... It's going to cost 3 fate. 1, 2, 3. To add 3 clues. at a range of 1. Okay. So that's her turn. Then it goes to his turn. He has got very little to do. Doesn't have enough there. So we're just going to discard this for 1 fate point. And that's it. 1 fate point. Well, Harry's turn. He's almost done. He can't destroy anything until it's more damage is done. Oh, you know what? Oh yeah, because he couldn't afford that anyways. Harry is going to give up 1 card to earn 1 fate point back. All right, she's going to play this for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And she's going to get 2 clues. No, that's not what she wants to do at all. No. Not at all. We have to get him to put that out. I don't think there's any way to win this. I really don't. I don't know what I'm doing wrong that's so bad. She's going to just turn this in for 1. He's going to turn this in for 1. We got 5 cards left. We need to defeat a bunch of monsters and a bunch of cases. So it's just not going to happen. Harry will cost us 3 fates. 1, 2, 3. And it's going to be a range of 3 plus or minus a die. So range of 3, you can put 2 clues on a case. So you can put 2. That's not enough, though. All right. He's going to put it there. Okay. Her turn. She's going to do 4 damage. Oh, wait. No, she's not, because she doesn't have... We don't have the 5 fate. Darn it. We only have 3. How? This is like the first book, and I'm playing it on the easiest level. How can I not win this? I think I'm going to start again. I think we're done. I think we're lost. So let's start again. That's fine. We can accept the outcomes. No. We'll try better. I cannot believe we only had killed 1 person. That is ridiculous. It's supposed to be the easiest mission, and we're on the easiest level. You can start with just 4 of these, and the rest are in the discard pile. So you have to discard a bunch, and that's supposed to make it a little bit harder. Alright, so now we gotta set these all back. You. Okay. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Maybe we'll get a better draw of cards. We had way too many cards that we didn't need, way too many cards we didn't want. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Harry. Alright, what do we have? We still have a problem, don't we? Yes, we do. Can't damage him until the Shadow Man, until Who is the Shadow Man is solved. Who is the Shadow Man is way back there. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that a better hand, Harry? I don't know. I mean, we even got extra cards and we still couldn't win this scenario. This is crazy. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong, because it should not even be that hard, and I'm playing it on easy, and am I really that... I can't believe I would be that bad, because... Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Okay. We have 3 enemies on the top row, 1 on the bottom row. So adding damage to all... Can't receive hits until we've defeated Who's the Shadow Man. Of course not. Shoot. Alright. Overcome an obstacle, but it's only got a range of 1. This has only got a range of 1 as well, so... Alright, I am going to use Fuego. Fuego for Fuego. It causes 2 hits on all enemies. He can't take a hit, but he can take a hit. So we're going to give him some hits. I like that. We're going to use up all our stuff and then... Yeah, she's going to put 3 fate. 1, 2, 3. She's going to put 1, 2, 3 on that card, range 1. Okay? All right, 2 plus or minus a feint. Nothing. So just do 1, 2. He can overcome an obstacle. He will overcome the Morgan is watching obstacle. That will slide everything down, make it a little bit easier to get to. All right, so we've got 4 left. And I want her, let's see. This is a huge one. 5 plus or minus 2. We want to try and get rid of that obstacle first then. All right, I'm going to add all 4 fate. Oh, wait. If I do that, then she won't be able to do her thing. Ah! All right, we are going to play this, which is going to cost us 2 plus or minus a feint. Minus, so 1 feint. That's lovely. Range of 2, I can take an advantage. So Harry is going to take this advantage. And active player draws a card. All right, Harry draws something good. Oh, jeez. Wrong card, Harry. You can then move this guy to the end of the run. And take another turn. So, that's out of the game. That's out of the game. All right. And this slides up. He gets another turn. He's going to soul gaze. That's a lot of clues, though, man. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of this. Consult with Bob for 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Back in the pot. She's going to do this to earn 1 back. cost 3 fate. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to add 3 clues. Oh, that's... Shoot. All right, 1, 2, 3. Fine. It's not going to work out. I just know it's not going to work out. I already see it not working out. Harry, what are you going to do, Harry? Give me a break. Oh, right. I should have been moving stuff up when... He is going to discard this for a fate point, which means he can move this up a space. And we get a fate point back. Her turn, she's going to spend 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Add 2 clues at a range of 3. That's going to be plenty to solve this. That is solved. She gets to draw a card, but active player must discard an attack card. So I guess I should have planned that better because she lost a very big card for nothing. Actually, you know what? Hang on a second. Let's put these back on there. 2, 4, 6. It costs us 4. Let's get the 4 back. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to do that. This is the card she just drew, right? She's going to spend this card first, which makes much more sense. So it's going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. And it's going to do 4 plus or minus 2. I would like 2 pluses. I would love 2 pluses. All right. So it's 4 damage at a range of 3. So 4 damage. 4, 5, 6 damage there. Okay. So it's too big to give up. And so we couldn't give that up. Kilroy was here. Book series was great. TV series was just okay. I didn't know they had a TV series. And the game is fine. But feels more like a puzzle, especially Soul. Yes, it is puzzly. That's what I like about it, though. It's all about trying to figure out how am I going to get all of this to do all that. All right, now it's his turn. We're still going to need... We're still going to need damage. Yeah, we might as well take the advantage. Oh, no, because we don't have fate. Right. Yes, he's going to spend 2 fate points. And that means he can flip his power over. Okay, Harry is going to spend this on a fate point. And then he's going to move this up a space. She is then going to spend 1 and complete this objective here. Oops. Right, so that becomes this. So that's that. We don't have to worry about that anymore. This is tough. This is really tough. Okay, that was her. Now it's his turn. He is going to spend. Oh, he doesn't have the. Yeah, he's gonna have to give up. And Harry doesn't have any cards. We need to get this so we can start getting some more cards in. She needs to play that so she can complete that. Let's see. You get +2 range. All right. If he plays this, it's gonna be 3 plus. You know what? He's only got the last 2 attack cards we have. There's 4 monsters. There's no way these last 2 attack cards are gonna kill 4 monsters. It's just not gonna happen. I think I'm messing up the rules because this is the first mission of the first game. It's not supposed to be that hard. Good Lord. Yes, we can get some cards if we get this, but I mean, jeez. I can't discard these cards to get more faints. He will turn this one in for 4 fate points. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Harry. He's going to use his blasting rod. It's your turn. Flip this over to add 4 hits to any one foe that would be defeated. He can defeat this because it has 6 damage on it. Only has 3 life left. So defeating this will knock it out. Okay, now it's your turn. You can use this to gain this card. And if you do that, then you get to draw a card. And 2 card draws. One will be Harry. And one will be Michael. Okay, so that's that. These slide up. We need to complete these missions. Are you going to turn in this for 4 fate points? Okay, that's good. Now, Harry, what can you do to help out? We need to defeat this so we can add to that. We can definitely complete that, but I was going to have her complete it, but... Alright, we will activate this for 3. 1, 2, 3. Range of 3 plus 1. He can go up to 4, and he's going to add 2 clues. Guess we'll put it there. Her turn, she'll go and she will interrogate for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 clues, which will complete this. And when that's complete, she gets to draw a card. Wow. Okay. So we have 1 and 1 enemy. So his turn. All he can do is attack. It's all he can do. So he might as well try to attack. He's going to use the 5, the dragon. No, he can't because he only has 4 there. You know what? He's going to give up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For 5 fate for the Dragon Slayer. Harry Potter. No. Fuego. Cost us 5. Gonna do 4 plus or minus. Come on, give us a plus. Minus. So 3 hits. Are you kidding? Of course it's 3 hits. So you might as well do it there. Alright, so that's him. She's got 2 cards left. Maybe she can solve another case. Let's see. No. She's going to have to turn this in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 5. And we have 3 cards left to defeat 3 enemies and 3 investigations. So it's his turn first. All he can do is attack. So it's going to be 3 plus or minus 4. It's going to cost us 4. It's 3 hits, a range of 1s. So he will flip over to make that a range of 3 and deal 3 hits. Okay. It had 3 plus 3 is 6. Yeah. Too bad we couldn't kill that guy. That would have been good. All we have left is 2 investigations. So Harry will spend, 5. So now we got no. And then it's going to be 5 plus or minus 2. Of course, it's only going to be 3 clues here. Because 2 minuses. And then she can not do anything because we have no fate left. How is that even possible that it's that hard? I know it can't even be that hard. I don't understand. I don't know if these characters don't work well together or what, but it shouldn't be that difficult. But it is for some reason. I can't get a win. I can't defeat anything. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So, I mean, if we were to, we would have to kill, let's just say we were able to get that, right? And if we were able to do one more point of damage, so we would be close to winning if that was the case, because we only need to have one more over here. We have to have more of these than there are enemies remaining. That... Well, that is not good. Stormfront kicks our butt every time. That's like 3 times we played it. We lost 3 times. There is, of course, Susan Rodriguez, Billy and Georgia. I have a bunch of the extra expansions all separated out, but I'm never going to get to see any of them. Never going to see any of them. Because I can't get by the first mission. Can't get by the first mission. Well, there you go. Hopefully that was shows you how to play. I talked in the beginning about, you know, how to play and what to do and how to do it. Just play better than I play, I guess. I don't understand. I'm playing on easiest level. You can start with just 4. You can just start with 4 of this stuff available and the rest unavailable. Are you kidding me? I'm starting on all of it available and I still can't win. So I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I must have some of the rules wrong or something. I don't know. Anyways, maybe we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. I appreciate it. We'll try better. Can't win them all, I guess. Whew, it's a rough one. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't you forget, I will see you all down the line. You take care. We'll see you soon. Year's not over.